We're right to another edition of The Insider versus Lappas. I'm The Insider, that's Lappas, and we have the Alki. So, you guys notice there's somebody missing?
Yes. It was kind of quiet in here all of a sudden, you know.
Yeah, so you probably noticed Nick Zoutis, formerly known as The Truth.
Right.
He's not on the program. And, well, the reason why is, well, you guys all saw the ending of last week's show.
Yeah.
Where it was a little bit off guard.
Right.
And the last segment of breaking news was that he was supposed to blast the commissioner. So I don't know what was too much breaking news about that. It seemed like it's the only thing that he's been doing for the past, since the beginning of the season, ever since he's been on the show.
Right.
But the breaking news is that the commissioner told the Nick Zoutis to stay home for 1 week, not to be on the show, because, well, he says that he thinks he needs to think back and improve his performance in the future.
I believe because of his absence, today's show will be one of the best this season.
What do you think? Do you think the show will be better without him?
Well, I just want to know where's my drink, man. That's all.
You'll have your drink later. I'll get it for you.
All right.
And it's not the first time that the commissioner does that. He did it on his own team when he told Alex Kovalev to stay home for a couple of days. So the commissioner seems to be putting his foot down.
Commissioner throwing his weight around?
Yeah, and getting some control.
Well, it's not really working because his team's getting their ass kicked by the Sharks this week, so it hasn't worked yet.
Yeah, well, I guess it was a fluke.
Right.
Speaking of breaking news, this is an insider exclusive.
Okay.
I've learned that there might be a potential trade. There's trade talks between the Canadians and Liverpool.
Okay, two teams that I'm fighting with, right? Okay.
And the potential trade, the Canadians will be giving up Timo Solani and Bobby Ryan to Liverpool in return for Ryan Getzlaf and Keith Tkachuk.
Alright, right there. That right there is a stupid trade for the Canadians, and I'll tell you why. The Canadians are in desperate need of a goalie since Scott Clemenson has been sent down to the minors. Therefore, the Canadians have no goalie. You need goaltending, people. Where's this goaltender? Where? The commissioner has dropped the ball once again. It doesn't make any sense. I don't. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but if that's what the plan is, then it's a bad plan for the Canadians. Liverpool doesn't really make a difference because Liverpool sucks nonetheless.
And there's also been trade talks that I have learned about the Canadians. They've been shopping around trying to get maybe J.S. Giguère from the Rangers.
Okay. Even
though J.S. Giguère is not the best goaltender out there. But at least we know that. Or maybe it was that trade a first step for another trade.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so coming up next will be the Inside vs. Lappas mailbag, where we read a couple of questions from the millions and millions that we receive. Alright, Mr. Lappas, the Inside vs. Lappas mailbag. Seems like you have a question in your hand.
Yeah.
What is it?
This question comes to us from Sylvia Lee from Point Claire, Quebec. Wants to know, Dear Insider versus Lappas, when is the FHL trading deadline? Well, Sylvia, I believe it is the final day of the final week of the regular season. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's actually on the as soon as the lineups lock on the final week, on the Sunday, that's when the trade deadline is over. No more moves. It's not only a trade deadline, it's actually no more free agents, no roster moves can be done as soon as that is done.
Okay.
So that means there's a couple of weeks left for some teams to
make improvements.
Yeah, prepare your teams for the playoffs. So thanks for the question, but I think you screwed up a bit because there's a second question behind the first one.
What was there? Ah, yes, you're right. Here we go. This second question comes to us from Jimmy Yakumakis, who's the Wings GM. So he writes, Dear Insider versus Lappas, why does Steph always put pictures of Sidney Crosby during his weekly articles? Well, Jimmy, I don't know how Stefan's brain works, so maybe we'll ask him in the next segment.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Eh?
Right.
So I guess we'll bring Steph back to ask him about that question. Maybe we can ask more questions while we're at it.
Yeah, because he hasn't said much during the show except, where's my drink? Well, your drink's coming, so be patient.
Yeah, so I guess we'll prepare for him for the next segment.
Right,
We
okay.
can have it. And well, thanks for the question, Jimmy, and hope all the tax audits that you're doing are going well.
All right.
All right. So the next question with Hustler General Manager,
Penguin.
Penguin General Manager, is coming up next. Alright, time now for next question with Penguin General Manager Steph Janakis. Welcome back to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we're gonna do next question. The rules are simple. I ask you a question. You have to answer. You can't pass. There's no next question. You have.
What do you mean there's no next question? There is.
There isn't no next question. So first question. It was brought up by Jimmy Yakumakis. Why you always put Sidney Crosby on the articles?
Well, I have two reasons. First of all, he was a big part of our team for the past 2 seasons. I really like him. He did a lot for our organization. And the second reason was because last week my article, the title had to be like related to the Canucks. So that's why I put his picture. He got the most points with the Canucks with 6 points last week. So that is my reason why.
Alright, it always seems to be different reasons, but it doesn't matter. We'll move on. What kind of beer are you drinking?
I'm drinking Labatt Blue. That's not a question. Oh yeah, it is a question.
Who's gonna win Division number 1?
I have to go with the Oilers.
Boo!
Who's gonna win Division number 2?
Who's Division 2? I don't know.
It's
already settled that, no? Canucks and Expos.
And who's gonna win Division number 3?
Well, the Canucks are Expos. Whoever's in the division.
So who's not making the playoffs?
I'm gonna say, well, you first of all, and I think the Rangers are done.
Is the show better with or without Nick?
With Nick.
What are you eating for supper tonight?
Pizza with meatballs on it.
What are you doing tonight?
I'm going downtown.
Do you like this segment?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We'll do it next week too.
Do you like the show?
I love this show. Why don't you ask me FHL questions?
Will the Penguins do a trade before the trade deadline?
No, I don't think so.
Any roster changes like free agents, drops, or pickups?
I'm probably gonna drop one of my players because my injuries are coming back pretty soon.
Which player are you gonna drop?
Either Robida or Grebeshkov.
One more question. How far are the Penguins gonna go in the playoffs?
At least semifinals.
And then who are the Penguins gonna lose to?
Sharks.
It's gonna be either maybe Canucks, Expos, one of those top teams.
If the segment's called Next Question, I'm asking you questions. Why did you ask me a question before?
I ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's another question.
There's 2 questions right now.
Okay. I don't know.
Alright, thanks for joining us. And I hope you all enjoyed this segment. We'll think about doing it again next week. Maybe next week we could have Nick Zutis on Next Question. But he'll probably bitch and complain and cry like he always does every single week. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the program. We'll talk to you again next week.